This video will help you to improve your speaking skills for the IELTS test. Before you start watching this video, I just want to give you some instructions on what you should do while you're watching this video. In this video, you will see a real IELTS speaking test, and this video is divided into two parts. In the first part, there will be examiner asking some questions from examinee. After the examiner asks a question, there will be a green screen popping up where you have to pause the video and try to answer to that question. After you answer to the question yourself, then you can proceed to the next question. So you're going to do the same activity until all the questions finish. After you finish all the questions, then you will proceed to the second part of the test where you will hear the answers of the examinee. Then you can compare your answer to the examinee's answer. At the same time, I want to recommend you to record all your answers. Later, you can check it yourself or you can check it with your teacher. So, I wish you good luck. Please enjoy watching the video.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Phil Smith. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Sausan Hassan.
Thank you. And can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Syria.
Can I see your identification,
Yes,
please?
sure.
Thank you, that's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student.
And what subject are you studying?
English literature.
Why did you choose this subject? What do you hope to do when you finish your studies? Now let's talk about weekends. What do you usually do at the weekend?
Enjoy it.
What do you think you'll do next weekend? Do you enjoy your weekends now more than you did when you were a child? How important is it for you to relax at the end of the week? Let's talk about music. What sort of music do you usually enjoy listening to? Has the kind of music you like changed over the years? Do you prefer listening to live music or recorded music? Do you think listening to music helps you study? Thank you. Now, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes. And here's your topic. And I'd like you to describe a special gift or present you gave to someone. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please? Can I have the booklet and the paper and pencil back, please?
Yes.
We've been talking about a special gift you gave to someone, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. Let's consider first of all giving gifts in families. On what occasions do family members give gifts to each other in Syria?
Well, statues.
Okay, let's talk about the type of gifts that children give to adults and their families. What sort of gifts are they? So how important do you think giving gifts is within families?
Yeah.
Right, let's move on from personal gifts to international gifts, if you want, and talk about international aid. What sort of aid do countries give to other countries? So what do you think motivates government to give aid to other countries?
Well,
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Phil Smith. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Sausan Hassan.
Thank you. And can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Syria.
Can I see your identification,
Yes,
please?
sure.
Thank you, that's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student.
And what subject are you studying?
English literature.
Why did you choose this subject?
Well, I like literature very much, and English is international language, so English literature is one of the best majors I've ever studied, so I like it very much.
What do you hope to do when you finish your studies?
Well, I'm planning to complete my higher studies. I'll be doing an MA, and eventually I'll be doing a PhD to be a professor in English literature.
Now let's talk about weekends. What do you usually do at the weekend?
Well, usually I go to visit my relatives or even friends, but sometimes I stayed at home just for if I have exams or something to study, so I just stay at home. But most of my time, actually, I spend it with my friends, going out for to drink something or to have fun, enjoy it.
What do you think you'll do next weekend?
Well, next weekend I have to go to a trip to York, and I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, why?
Well, because I've heard that York, it's a very ancient city, and the Vikings were there, and I like the ancient things and I like history.
Do you enjoy your weekends now more than you did when you were a child?
Well, not really. When I was a child, I just spent all my weekends playing, but now I have lots of concerns. Sometimes I have to stay at home to study, so no, when I was a child, I enjoyed it most.
How important is it for you to relax at the end of the week?
Well, it is very important because you just relax out of the whole week because you were studying or working. So you need peace and relax and sometimes to take a great time of sleeping just to prepare yourself for the next week.
Let's talk about music. What sort of music do you usually enjoy listening to?
Well, I like music very much because I'm a singer myself. I like to sing, so I have a great taste of music. I like the classical, I like the Arabic music, and so music is very important. I have to listen to music all the day.
Has the kind of music you like changed over the years?
Well, yes, it changed because I used to listen to the almost it's slow music, and nowadays it's just in the very fast and sometimes techno, and I don't like this kind of music. I still listen to the music that I liked, and I still have the same CDs, and all the time I listen. I sometimes listen to this music, the new music, but I don't like it. I just like to listen to the music that I liked when I was a child.
Do you prefer listening to live music or recorded music?
Well, recorded. I don't like live music because
Why?
I feel always the singer is not good in live music, so I feel that recorded is better.
Do you think listening to music helps you study?
Yes, I always listen to music when I'm studying. Sometimes my friends make fun of me because I'm not concentrating, but actually it makes me more concentrated.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes. And here's your topic. And I'd like you to describe a special gift or present you gave to someone. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. The special gift actually I gave to my mother, and it was a necklace in the Mother Day. And actually I've been to different shops to search for what am I going to give my mother, because you know, giving her anything is just, you feel it, it's very simple. But I looked for different shops, and I then decided to take a very lovely necklace, and it wasn't that much expensive because I was I had the money for it. So, and I asked the salesman to wrap it for me in a very colored papers, and I just tried to put the red tie in it, and then I hide it in my. I didn't tell her about it till the party, because we usually make a party for my mother in the Mother Day, so I didn't tell her about it till at the party. And when I gave it to her, she was really happy very much, and she was almost in tears because she really liked it. And she told me, no matter how simple it is, since you think about giving me anything, so that's really great. So I was really happy for really giving her this present, and she is wearing it every time when she goes out, or and she always tell her friends about it. Look what my daughter brought to me in the Mother Day. So I really was proud and happy that she really liked it. Yeah. And so every time I see it, she really she's really proud of it. And
do you enjoy giving gifts?
Yes, I really enjoy. I like even to take gifts, but I enjoy giving gifts to my friends or to the members of my family, because it shows that you are thinking of them and you really care for them.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet and the paper and pencil back, please?
Yes.
We've been talking about a special gift you gave to someone, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. Let's consider first of all giving gifts in families. On what occasions do family members give gifts to each other in Syria?
Well, usually they give gifts on birthdays, in special occasions like, for example, the Eid in my country, and in Christmas time. So, and sometimes if anybody was graduated from college or from school, and somebody who is get out of a hospital and he's now in a very good health, so we usually give them presents and gifts.
Do people tend to spend a lot of money on gifts?
Sometimes, yeah, but it depends on the person that you are giving the gifts, and it depends on your own financial status.
Okay, let's talk about the type of gifts that children give to adults and their families. What sort of gifts do they give?
This is really interesting, because children always tend to think from their own view, that for example, if a small child is going to give his father or mother a gift, he's going to tend to give him a kind of a toy maybe, or something that is the father or the mother won't use, but because the child think that I like this, so I want to give it to my father. So they always give it from their point of view, that because I like this, my father is going to like it. So it's really interesting. The child, it's very simple and sometimes very humble. The gifts.
So, at what age do children start to choose gifts for their parents, do you think?
Well, it depends how the parents brought them up. Sometimes, I think it's when they start to recognize the real relationships. Because when they were before 7 or before 6 years old, they tend not to recognize what does it mean to give a gift or to give, and even they don't recognize the relationships. But after 7, I think they start to recognize and to feel that I need to give a present to my father or mother as they are giving me, and every time I have an occasion.
So how important do you think giving gifts is within families?
Yeah, it is important because you always give them the feeling that you are really caring for them and you really think of them. And whenever you give them things that they like, you feel that you're really all the time thinking of them. And it's also tied up the relationships and makes it more strong.
Thank you. Right, let's move on from personal gifts to international gifts, if you want, and talk about international aid. What sort of aid do countries give to other countries?
Well, sometimes it gives the international aids whenever a country is in need for something and the country cannot afford to make it or to bring it, so the other countries will help her, for example, in food aids, and especially in disasters and when something bad happened to this country, so they are going to give it food aids, sometimes medical aids, sometimes psychological aids, as we do, because I work in the Red Crescent, so I know what does it mean to give a psychological aids for sometimes for refugees or for even to go for the near countries that really in need. For example, in my country we go to Iraq or to Lebanon when the invasion, and so we help them psychologically to just pass and get over this problem.
So what do you think motivates government to give aid to other countries?
Well, it is important because I feel that let us recognize ourselves that at the end we are all human beings and we are living in the same club, and it's like a small village, and we are all members of the same the same land. So I feel it's just really makes the relationships more strong, and it gives you. It really lets you feel like you're humanity at the end.
And do you think the aid is always helpful?
Yes, I think so. Because whenever you think of giving aid to other countries, it's when they are in need. It's really helpful.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Judith Harvey. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Raziye Bilici.
Thank you. And can you tell me where you're from, Raziye?
I'm from Turkey.
Can I see your identification, please? Thank you. That's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a nurse.
And why did you choose this kind of work?
I have two reasons for that. First, I'm from Turkey. In Turkey, you have to pass the very difficult exam if you like to go to the university. And I get mark for just nursing, I think. And the second one, from my childhood, I always be like doctor or nurse and to help other people. So I really like that, which is my mom always contrast because she wants to maybe a teacher like my sisters.
What kind of work would you like to do in the future?
I don't know system in England very well, but maybe nursing advisor or some management job. I don't know exactly.
Now let's talk about weekends. What do you usually do at the weekend?
At the moment, my weekends are very busy because I do a lot of housework, and I have a 2.5 years daughter. She's a very exciting and energetic child, and she mess up everywhere very quickly. It's not easy to tidy up and do it well.
What do you think you'll do next weekend?
I planned something for last week, but I couldn't do it. I'd like to bring my husband to the cinema, and after cinema maybe we'll go to the Turkish restaurant in Santais.
Do you enjoy your weekends now more than you did when you were a child?
No, I prefer to be a child again, because when you are a child you just play and you haven't got any responsibility or job to do, but now it's so different and difficult.
How important is it for you to relax at the end of the week?
It's very important, but at the moment it's not possible because now I'm studying English as well. Is when you start a job or study, you would like to be fresh, but it's really difficult to be.
Now let's talk about music. What sort of music do you usually enjoy listening to?
I'm not fan of music a lot, but I usually listen to Turkish music, and the classic Turkish music is get me relaxed. And
has the kind of music you like changed over the years?
Maybe pop music, Turkish pop music, probably, yeah.
Do you prefer listening to live music or recorded music?
It depends on the kind of music. In Turkey, I prefer live music, but in England, I have to listen to tape music.
Do you think listening to music helps you study?
Probably not, but I do a lot. It's okay with the physics or maths or something like that, but for the literacy or something you have to be focused on it, it's not.
Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes.
Thank you.
And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a special gift or present you gave to someone. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes, the special gifts I give it to someone, it was to my, I gave it to my English teacher last year. She is a fan of Turkey and Turkish culture. I gave to her some special glass, which is we just use for the Turkish tea, and she loves Turkish tea. And my last holiday, I bring some special like a golden Turkish glasses, and she really liked them. It was special because she likes Turkish culture, Turkish food, and she knows a lot about Turkey. When we are together, we can speak a lot about my culture, my religion, and stuff from Turkey or cities of Turkey. And she's great, I think, because it's really nice to know somebody from England and know about you well. And another gift, another special gifts I give somebody who was my mother-in-law, and normally we don't celebrate Mother Days, and she had never had any present from her child, and in my family we celebrate Mother Days very specially, and I bought a ring for her, and she was really exciting and sensible, because the first time somebody celebrate her Mother's Day, and she even didn't know about Mother's Day, but I explained to her, and then I give her gifts, and after that I always do.
Thank you. Do you enjoy giving gifts?
Yes, I really like to give people gifts, when I saw them, they like it, they're excited about it, I feel happy too.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet, paper and pencil back, please? We've been talking about a special gift you gave to someone, and I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions related to this. Let's consider first of all giving gifts in families.
Okay.
What occasions do family members give gifts to each other?
It depends on country, because every country has a different occasion. In England, I have been here for 4 years, especially before Christmas. People are crazy about giving gifts, shopping. But for us in Turkey, we have a lot of special religious day. 2 of them are very big. One of them we celebrate for 4 days. Another one we celebrate for 3 days. And we both a lot of gifts for family ships and neighbors, sometimes friends. And one of them we buy present for poor people, especially for poor people.
And what is the difference between the types of gift given to children and the gifts given to adults in families?
It's easy to find gifts for children because you can buy toys, books or some clothes, but for the adults it's really difficult to find what they would like.
So what types of gifts do people give to adults?
Maybe some jewelry or some part of clothes, probably, yeah.
And is giving gifts important in families?
Yes, because you show them, you remember them, you love them. It's really important to me, yeah.
Let's talk about giving gifts in society. What situations in business are there when people might give gifts?
Probably, maybe first day they set up their business, they celebrate that and give a present to employees or worker. And or in Turkey, colleagues give each other and or to their boss in New Year.
And what about giving gifts to customers?
Good way to keep customer, I think. Yeah.
What types of gifts do businesses give?
I really don't know. Maybe some sale or drop in the price, something like that.
And how important is gift giving for a country's economy?
I think in England it's perfect for economy because gifts are very important. Normally for us, if we know people haven't got the money, they don't have to buy anything. But I think this country you have to buy something, and it's a good circle for to keep money turned and turned again and again.
Do you think there's pressure on people to buy too many gifts?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know very well, but if you have some special days and you didn't get anything, maybe you will be sad and we expect that.
And do you think it would be better for society if all the money that was spent on gifts was given to help poor people?
Yeah, that would be perfect, but I don't think it's possible. But that will be really good, yeah.
Why not possible?
Because people still like have a present or being remembered, something like that. But it would be nice, yeah.
Do you think people in society should be made to give money to help other people?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know where is the poor people, or I don't know there is or not. If the society or the government or another community help me to find poor people, probably I will, yeah, and other people will too.
Is it better for people to give money or their time to help other people?
I'm sorry, could you repeat it?
Is it better for people to give money or their time to help other people?
Yes, it's better because when you need help, other people will help you and it will be a circle again and everybody will help each other.
So do you think that we should be made, or school children should be made to help other people?
Yeah, if you train at a young age, it will be like a habit for you. When an adult or older, you will always help the people. Yeah, it's like a science or math, I think.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Phil Smith. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Brahim Idoubihi.
Thank you. And can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from France, near Paris.
Can I see your identification, please?
Yes.
Thank you. That's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I work.
What
Yes.
kind of work do you do?
I work in a firm in accountancy. So I worked 7 years ago. So yes,
And why did you choose this kind of work?
because I think I'm good in mathematics. So and I like economics in general. So yes.
What kind of work would you like to do in the future?
I think I want to do the same work, but in a big company. I want to change my company
Why?
because I'm in a small company, and in this small company, we can't say a lot of things than in a big company. In a big company, it's more turn in abroad, and I want to travel in other countries also.
Now, let's talk about weekends. What do you usually do at the weekend?
At the weekend depends. Sometimes I like to relax, and when I have a very stressful week. But usually I like to meet some friends because I play football, and sometimes we have some competition. Also, I do some karate, but just like amateur, not in competition. And also with my friends, we like to go to the pub at night, or some restaurants, or usually I like also to show some films, new films. It's very interesting.
What do you think you'll do next weekend?
Next weekend, I will meet English students. So because I need to practice English, and she speaks also French, so I help him. I help her in French, and she helped me in English. So, yes.
Do you enjoy your weekends now more than you did when you were a child?
Yes, I think so, because when I was child, I think we are less stressful than now. Now in the work, usually we are very, very stressful. We are very stressed, and at the weekend we can relax. So it's more enjoying.
How important is it for you to relax at the end of the week?
Sorry?
How important is it for you to relax at the end of the week?
This is very important because all week we are very stressful. I have a work very stressful, and at the end of the week I like to decompress, to relax.
Let's talk about music. What sort of music do you usually enjoy listening to?
I enjoy all type of music: Oriental, French, English, sometimes Korean, because I have some friends Korean that.
Has the kind of music you like changed over the years?
Sorry.
Has the kind of music you like changed over the years?
Yes. When I was young, I listen more rock music and metal music. So now it's more pop music and world music in general.
Do you prefer listening to live music or recorded music?
I think live music it's better than recorded music.
Why?
Because it's live music. To listen live music, I will go there with some friends, so it's more enjoy and yes, more enjoy, and we can see the face to face some singer, and I think it's better. But for recorded music, it's good. But I think there are two remix, and it's not the real voice of a singer. So,
Thank you. Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
okay.
Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes. And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a special gift or present you gave to someone. All right. Now remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you.
Okay.
I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. So the special gifts that I give, it's a ring to my girlfriends. So at the beginning, this ring I want to I went in many shops to find it, but I never find the ring that I like, because some rings are more complicated, they're too much, and some rings it's too simple. So I asked my grandmother to help me to find this ring for my girlfriend. So we went also in the lot of shops, and we don't find the very good. After that, she gave me her ring that she have from from my grandfather. So that's my gift for. It's a special gift because she's a ring. She have a history, family history, and that's okay.
Do you enjoy giving gifts?
Yes, because usually I give some gifts only to people that I like very, very much, not just my friends. So for my friends, I can give some gift, like some flower or some perfume. That's some gift that they don't take for a long time.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet and the pencil and paper back, please? We've been talking about a special gift you gave to someone, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. Let's consider first of all giving gifts in families. On what occasions do family members give gifts to each other in France?
In France, we give some gifts all the time. Some Christmas, birthday, New Year's, and some events like Saint Brian or Saint. And usually when we are successful in some exam or something like that. So,
and do people spend a lot of money?
Yes, a lot of money. And sometimes for just when there are no events, just usually we can give some gifts.
So what sort of gifts do children give to adults in their families?
Usually some picture they make in the school, or some flowers also, yes, because they have usually some pocket money, and they spend their money for some gifts, usually for their mother, or not for their friends, for their brother or sister.
And do you think adults appreciate gifts that children have made themselves more than gifts that they've bought in a shop?
Yes, I think made in self, it's look like they invest their time and their thinking about that, so it's more complicated than to buy something in the shop. So, yeah.
So how important do you think it is for families to give gifts to each other?
It's make some relationships between us, and they prove their feelings between us, so it's really important.
Let's move on now and talk about giving gifts in society in general. In what situations might people give gifts when they're in business?
In business, I think just at some events like New Year and Christmas. Otherwise, they don't give some gifts. So sometimes at the end of the balance sheets, at the end between March and April, sometimes we received some gift, or we give some gifts.
Okay, so in France, do you think companies spend a lot of money on business gifts?
Yes, it's important for relationships between the clients and the supplier. So yes, a lot of, and sometimes the gift it's also like advertised, because they made some pens or some glasses with bread of a company. So sometimes it's also a good advertise.
Right.
Yes.
So it's important for the company, but what about gift giving for the economy of the country in general? I mean, in France, is buying gifts an important part of the economy, do you think?
Yes, I think so. I think buying the gifts in France, particularly, it's a very big business, and many shops and many employees depend this sector, and also the tourist sector live with this things, and that's all.
Right. Now, some people say that it would be better for society if all the money that was spent on gifts was given to help poor people instead. What do you think about that?
I think we have to help the poor people, but we have also to make some relationships between us, because I think it's also very important.